Good morning, the students of class 6. Welcome to our social science history class. And today in this class, we are going to discuss a new chapter. Okay, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is the chapter number 11 of your new NCERT book, and those have old NCERT book, it is also in chapter number 12. And the name of the chapter, Buildings, Paintings and Books. And our today's subunit is the iron pillar and buildings in brick and stone. So, you have read about the Ashokan inscription. The Ashokan pillar was found in different parts of our country. So, in Mehrauli, Delhi, a place in Delhi named Mehrauli, there was a iron pillar found, and it is a remarkable example of the skill of Indian craftspersons, that it is made of iron and totally rust free, and 7.2 meter high and weights over 3 tons. It was made about 1500 years ago. The iron pillar actually made 1500 years ago. So can you imagine? So it is very difficult that to make such kind of pillar that was rust free. And there was some inscription on the pillar mentioning a ruler named Chandra, who probably belonged to the Gupta dynasty. The historians, they assume that that Chandra means the Chandragupta II or Chandragupta I. So what is amazing is fact that the pillar is not rusted in all these years. Okay, I have already mentioned. So now the next point, it is the buildings in brick and stone. The skill of our craftspersons are not only building such kind of iron pillar, but they also made some beautiful buildings, okay, with exquisite design. And these are also apparent in the buildings that have survived, such as stupas. And some of these buildings today also survived, such as stupas, and the word stupa means a mound. While there are several kinds of stupas, round stupas, tall stupas, big and small stupas. So these have certain common features. Generally, all these stupas containing a small blocks that was placed at the center of the stupa, heart of the stupa, and this may contain the bodily remains such as the teeth, the bone and ashes of bodhisattvas or Buddha, or things they used, as well as precious stones and coins. So this box known as relic casket. So in a box all these things contained, so that particular box is called relic casket, and it was covered with earth. I am drawing the picture, from that you can understand, such as this is the relic casket, okay, the closed casket, and this casket was covered with earth, means soil. Okay, what happened after covering with soil? A layer of mud brick or baked brick was added on top. Okay, a layer of baked or mudded bricks that we use today to build houses. So this type of layer was added. Okay, and then the dome-like structure was sometimes covered with carved stone slabs, and the dome-like structure that we can see with stone slabs. Okay, so big stone slabs used to cover this. So this type of stupas we can see different parts of our country. So often a path known as the Pradakshina Patha. So around this some type of paths also made. Okay, it is called Pradakshina Patha and was laid around the stupa and was surrounding with railings, this type of railings. And these railings also beautifully decorated with some stories from Jatakas and the other Buddhist texts. And also the entrance of the path was through gateways. There are some gateways also established to enter in such beautiful stupas. So this type of beautiful gates also decorated to enter inside the stupa. And these gates also decorated. So 4 gates mainly found in most of the stupas to enter inside the Pradakshina Patha. And why this type of Pradakshina Patha made? Because they believed the devotees walked around the stupa in a clockwise direction as a mark of devotion. As a mark of devotion, they make a round of this stupa. So both railings and gateways were often decorated with sculpture and mainly the stories of Jataka, the Buddhist and other Buddhist texts. So find Amravati on map 7 on page number 113 of all the NCERT books. So those students have that book. So find out Amravati. It is also in the map present on the chapter number 10. Okay, New Empire and Kingdoms. On that map, check out the place Amravati in South India. It is also today the capital of the Andhra Pradesh. Okay. And there, this is the place where a magnificent stupa once existed, and many of the stone carvings for decorating the stupa were made about 2000 years ago. So other buildings were also hollowed out of rock to make artificial caves. And some of these were very elaborately decorated with sculptures and painted walls. In Amravati, there are also a stupa was found that was 2000 years old. And other buildings were also hollowed out of rock to make artificial caves, such as a piece of rock or a hill also carved out in this way and created hollow space for the monks. Okay, so in this way the hollow space also created, caves also created for the living of the monks there. And the walls are elaborately decorated with sculptures and painted and with paintings, and all the walls of the caves elaborately decorated with beautiful paintings and sculptures. Some of the earliest Hindu temples were also built in the same style and in the same time also. Deities such as Vishnu, Shiva and Durga were worshipped in these shrines. And the most important part of the temple was the room known as the Garbhagriha. Okay, so look at such as each of this temple, such as most of the South Indian temples, they look like this, step by step. Okay, and inside this temple where the deity, chief deity was present, the room, that room is known as the Garbhagriha, and the rest of the part it is known as Mandapa. Okay, the chief deity placed, so it is known as the Garbhagriha, and the rest of the part it is the Mandapa. And it was here the priest performed the religious rituals and devotees offered worship to the deity. And today also in various temples you can also see this type of Garbhagriha or sanctum where the chief deity were placed, and priest usually they chant the hymns and other giving offered some prasad or the fruits and flowers to the god, okay, inside the sanctum or Garbhagriha, and perform various rituals. Often as the Bhitargaon is another place, a tower, Bhitargaon, another place in India, in South India, a tower known as the Shikhara was built on the top of the Garbhagriha to mark this out as a sacred place. Sometimes in this temple, this type of Shikhara were built. This Shikhara is actually the identification mark of a sacred place. So people from very far, they can see the top of the temple and understood that there was a temple and there was a religious or holy place. So building Shikharas required careful planning. You know that how beautifully they were decorated in your book also, page number 124. Those students have old NCERT book, they can see it is also present in new NCERT book. In your book, beautiful pictures are given of different type of Shikhara. And most temples also had a space known as mandapa, and it was a hall where people could assemble for various type of rituals. And at the time also, in this mandapas, the dance and musical performance also organized. Okay, so this place where people gathered, this place is known as mandapa. And today also you can see it in every temple. The mandapa was there, Garbhagriha and Shikhara. These three things are very much common in all the temples, Hindu temples. So find Mahabalipuram and Aihole and on that map again. So another two places, that is Mahabalipuram and Aihole, you can find out from the map 7. So on these two places actually situated in today's Tamil Nadu on the bank of Bay of Bengal, on the shore of Bay of Bengal. And some of the finest stone temples were built in these towns, and some of these are shown here in the picture in the book, also depicted these beautiful temples. And in Mahabalipuram there are 6 temples, and they are depicting the 6 principal character of Mahabharata, such as from Yudhishthir, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev and Draupadi. There are 6 temples are there on the name of the 6 deities. You can see in the book 4 of them were present. Okay. So and the picture of the great stupa of Sanchi, also Madhya Pradesh, also given in your book, and stupas like this were this one were built over several centuries. And while the brick mound probably dates to the time of Ashoka, and the railings and gateway were added during the time of later rulers. But in the stupas, all the different type of architectures are not made together. Different time, different ruler made this. Such as they said that the railings and gateways were added during the time of later rulers. In the time of Ashoka, only the mound or stupa were made. Okay. And in the left, there is a sculpture from Amravati also present inside the cave. And you can see also the early temple at Bhitargaon, Uttar Pradesh. Sorry, I have told you it is the South India, but it's Bhitargaon. It is in North India. It is in Uttar Pradesh. So this was built about 1,500 years ago, and was made of baked brick and stones. And you can see also the monolithic temples of Mahabalipuram. Each of these were carved out of a huge single piece of stone. Can you imagine? All of these temples are carved out from a single piece of stone, from the top to bottom. And while brick structures are built up by adding layers of bricks from the bottom upwards, so in this case the stone cutters had to work from top to downwards. Okay. You will see the other temples such as the Durga temple of Aihole. Okay, Aihole in South India, it is built about 1,400 years ago. Okay, you can see also. So all these temples, they started carving these temples from a one single piece of rock or a hill. They started carving this with chisel and hammer, one by one. The thousands of workers, they working day and night and carving this beautiful type of temples, made with the single piece of stone from the top to bottom in this method. So students, so that's all the procedure. This is the building architecture at the time, buildings in brick and stone. So I hope you have understood. Next day we will discuss another subunit. It is, and we will discuss about the paintings and the world of books. So that's all from our today's class. See you in the next class. Bye.